Hey crafty friends, Christina here with you from Sunny Day Memories. Happy Tuesday. As you guessed, we are together again for Together on Tuesday. And because we are now in the month of December and it's getting closer to the holidays, I wanted to do a simple project. As I reminded people in my newsletter that went out for this week today, I said that you can still do some handmade cards, handmade gifts. Just keep it simple. That's the key at this time of year now. You don't want to overwhelm yourselves because there's already so much that's overwhelming. So I chose to do a simple gift tag for us to do this week, and I wanted to use this cute Snowy Scenes paper. This is actually the paper collection that my sister-in-law and I will be debuting in weekly videos showing you guys projects how to use this paper. And as luck would have it, today when the last chance products came out with Stampin' Up, this paper pack is actually on there, as is the ribbon that I've chosen to use, and also the dies, which I'll show you shortly. And that was just all coincidental. Like, I didn't know that they were going to be having those items on there. So if you like what you're seeing, you might want to grab it before it's gone. But I did want to show you these papers. So there's these 6 different designs here. It's got some fun pastel colors, kind of whimsical, kind of cute little snowmen and penguins. And then on the other side, you have kind of more some traditional, like with the candy canes and the stripes, and kind of more muted with the snowflakes and stuff. So really pretty papers. I think they're very versatile and fun because, like I said, they're kind of traditional, but also kind of whimsical at the same time, depending on which pattern you go with. So like I said, I wanted to do just a simple card, or tag, sorry, not card, a simple tag. So we're going to create this simple tag here, and I am using the Merry Tags and More set. This is a add-on that you can do when you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, but I made it so that even if you don't have this particular tag die, or you don't have any kind of tag die at home, you could still go ahead and cut a piece. This is basically like a 2.5 wide by 3.5 tall, so you could do your own, like just cut out a rectangle piece and still create this with us. And I did use the Merry sentiment in here as well. So that was one of the die sets that I featured. So I went ahead and I cut out this fun paper here that has the houses, the different houses. And then the other die set that I used, and this is the one that is also on the last chance, is these Deckled Rectangles. And if you haven't seen these before, they are quite amazing. I have liked them since I've seen them. I use them a lot, and they are also on the last chance, and they are actually discounted. They're like, I want to say like nearly 50%, if maybe not more. Like, I want to say that they're like around $17 or something like that. So it's super good deal because you will use these over and over. I like how it's just a little bit different with the decals, and that you get so many different sizes, so you can nest them, layer them, and do what you want. So if you like them too, you should grab them before they're gone. And so let's go ahead and do the other pieces. So if you don't have those dies, don't worry. Like I said, I tried to make this be something that you could create on your own if you didn't have these. So this particular one, this pool party that I did in the decal, this measures a 2 3/4 long by 1.5 tall. So you could just do a rectangle with that. And then my white piece here, again, is another one of the die cuts, and it's only 2 1/4 long, and then it's 1 inch wide. So it's like a 1/2 inch difference between the two, so that way you have a nice big border of that pool party showing through. So I did want to get really real with you here about this Merry sentiment here, because I know a lot of times you see videos and everything works perfectly. And when I was creating this, I messed up a couple times. And so I thought it would be nice for me to show you so that you know, like, when you mess up, we all mess up. Like, so first of all, when I went, I die cut it out in my pool party. And I went, like I always do, and I grabbed my silicone mat here, and I like to use a tape runner. That's my preference. And so I always generally do just put my tape runner on, and it resists with this silicone mat, and it works just fine. But this is so delicate that it ripped it, and I was like, shoot, that's not gonna work. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to do my second trick that I like to do with my silicone mat, and I grabbed my liquid glue, and I put like a little puddle of adhesive here on it, and then I went ahead and I tapped that die, that delicate die, to it so that it would pick up the glue on the back side. So it's not completely glued, it's just little dots of glue on the back. But when I glued it down onto my white piece then here, I don't know if you can see it very well, it got really messy, and messier than it usually does, and I was like not happy with that. So I thought, okay, I am going to actually pull out my adhesive sheets, which I always forget to do. And so you would think that I would get it right on this third time, right? Third time's a charm. No. I actually cut it. I put my adhesive sheet on the front. Well, it wouldn't have been the front, but I put the die on top of the adhesive sheet instead of on the top of the cardstock. So my adhesive sheet is now on the front here, so I cannot use that unless I want to put like glitter or something on there. And then I still am going to have the adhesive problem on the back. So I had to go a fourth time and do it right, where I got the adhesive sheet on the back side, and so then my cardstock is the right way, saying the Mary sentiment. And so then it's really simple to just go ahead and use a piercing tool to lift up that backing and remove all of that, just like that. And then it's all sticky, and I just want to pop out this one little section there of the E so that doesn't glue down. So I did want to show you that it was 4 tries for me to get it right. So if you ever, have one of those days where things are just not going right, we all have those days. So, and then I just went ahead and I centered it on here. It's very sticky on my fingers. I don't want to rip it because it is a delicate font here. And the other thing I realized after I did this, which you may have already thought of, is that because I am layering this pool party on that pool party here, I could have simply just taken that die and cut it out in my white. And then when I layered it on there, that pool party would have shown through that image. So I wouldn't have had to have 3 layers here. I would have just had the 2 layers and I would have had that same effect. Although by having this pool party actually cut out and glued on here, then it does give you a little bit more depth and dimension to it. So I did just want to mention that so that, you kind of had another option as well. And then I am just simply gluing it flush on there. And then now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to layer it up a little bit. So I'm going to put 2 of them on here. And then I'm going to have it go right across my tag so that it is going off the edge a little bit on each side, kind of centered. Oops. Kind of get it straight there. And now for the ribbon portion. So I'm using this fun pool party pom-pom ribbon. And like I said, this is on the last chance. So you can get this before it's gone. And this measures, what did I do? 4 inches. So 4 inches of whatever ribbon you have on hand. Go ahead and put it through the hole at the top of your tag. So the ends are about equal there. And then I took 6 inches of twine. And I'm going to use that twine to go ahead and wrap it around the ribbon and tie it into a bow. So I'm kind of getting it about equal on each side so that when I tie my bow, it should come out more balanced. And this is just a fun effect to get to use 2 different kinds of ribbon or 2 different kinds of twine or 1 ribbon, 1 twine. It just is nice to have that combination, and it just gives it a nice visual interest to it. So then you can kind of futz with it a little bit, get it how you want it to be, trim off the ends. And then the final touch, very subtle, is I used our little snowflakes here. These are little loose snowflakes. They come in a variety of sizes, big, small, and I just took some of my liquid glue. I put down some dots, 2 up on top, and then I'll put 1 down here. So that way it's kind of doing a triangle formation around the sentiment, so it really draws your eye to that. So I'm trying to get different sizes of the snowflakes. And all the little tiny ones tend to settle to the bottom. So I always tend to grab the big ones, even though that's not necessarily what I want. I'm gonna try and get a little small one for this final one. Stick it right there on that dot, and then I'll let that dry. But as you can see, that was super simple to put together. It didn't matter if you didn't have the dies that I had, but it did just kind of make for a fun effect if you do have the dies, just because then you get the stitching and you get the deckled edges there. But hopefully, some of those tips that I gave about how to put on those intricate dies helped you. You can learn from my mistakes. And if you do want to check out the last chance items, especially I would look at these deckled rectangles, the dies, you can visit my shopping site, and that is at sunnydaymemories.stampinup.net. And you'll go under specials and you'll see that there's a last chance products section where you can go ahead and check out all kinds of different things that are either getting ready to retire or have retired, and some of them are at discounts and some of them are at pretty steep discounts. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, stay crafty.